Alright, here we are on our way down into San Juan, Puerto Rico. Um, for the nobody who is watching, I'm just checking out how just checking out to see how the maps work here in the islands. I don't know whether they've done any updates to the maps down here. I flew out of Charlotte, so I'm flying from Charlotte to San Juan. And out of Charlotte, it looked perfect. I mean, perfect. What do I want? 25, I want 15, I want 10. And when I got over top of Charleston, there was a bit of color variation, which to me was like really no big deal. I think I've already put the pictures in the on Volanta. And let's see, 25, 15, 10, 5. So I already put the pictures on Volanta. I'll put them on the Discord as well. But the biggest thing for me so far on this flight is that the live weather looks awesome, because a lot of times in the Caribbean with the live weather, this is stock live weather, Microsoft Flight Simulator live weather. And a lot of times with the stock live weather, you don't get any low-level clouds, and there's always low-level cumulus clouds in the Caribbean. So I can get a quick look at the chart here. ILS 10. So we got 1097 both sides. 1097 both sides, 114.0 in both of the backups, 114.0. We're going to need that for missed approach. Alright, final approach course 101 both sides, got that. 1500 is the minimums, got that. 260 is. Oh, no, 260 is the minimum. So the 1500 is glide slope intercept. 260 both sides. What else we got? All right, missed approach. Well, first of all, touchdown zone elevation is 0, which is perfect. And we've got missed approach, climb 1900, then a climbing left turn to 3000 on a heading of 300, and outbound in the SJU VOR radial 004 to DD intersection D15.0 SJU and hold. That's why we need SJU in the backup for this approach. Transition altitude, flight level 180, which is good. Remember, radials radiate out, so you're going to, missed approach is coming out here. 300 heading to intercept this outbound radial. So your heading would be 004, and then this is a standard right-hand turn traffic pattern. So outbound -30, make a nice teardrop entry. What would that be, 234? So outbound 234, right turn around, come back in. Makes life easy. Lazy pilot, you're welcome, sir. I'm a lazy pilot too, which is why I'm sort of surprised that I'm flying the ILS instead of the RNAV. But you're very welcome. It's funny, Robert. I've heard that from a couple. I've heard from a couple people that it cuts frame rates, but I think from most people it doesn't have any impact. It doesn't have any impact on me, which I know doesn't make you feel any better. The only thing, maybe try. It depends on what your system is, but maybe try disabling the high LOD setting on in the Bing Maps mod. That's a possible solution. I would give that a try. The other thing you can do, let me look at the app real quick. Got 40,000 things open right now. The other thing you can do is in the settings. Peter, what's going on? How are you? The other thing you might want to try doing in the settings in the cache options, hit the clear all data and clear photogrammetry. That might help. And turn off the high LOD. Or try using the load high LOD only when flying. Maybe it's got to kind of fool around with it a little bit, is what I would say. Let's see, where are we here? Okay. And are we on 122.8? We are. Actually, that just reminds me, San Juan is technically the U.S., so let's see here. CTAF, TJSJ. Okay, no CTAF. Perfect. I am on VATSIM. EBBR to ENVA. EBBR is a cool airport. Where is ENVA? ENVA airport. Trondheim. All right. That's gotta be a pretty cool flight. What else do I need to know here? All right, so we're doing this is a DME arc, which is pretty cool. 12 DME arc. It's gonna bring us in. Final approach course 101. Bravo 737. How's it going, dude? That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. How you been? Um, yeah, Robert. That's the thing. Just kind of fool with it and see what you get. I mean, I know that's kind of a cheesy answer, but those are the things I would try. So we're flying the DME arc here from Kotmi. It's our initial approach fix. And let's see here. Glide slope intercept at Ramsey 1,500 feet. And let's see. We're going to be coming in pretty hot, actually. So it's going to be close to 800 feet a minute descent. Pappy on the left-hand side. Medium intensity approach light systems. Missed approach. Climb ahead 1,900 to 3,000. Left turn heading 300. Radial 004 outbound on the SJU VOR. Say that 3 times fast. Alright. I think we're pretty good here. FS Expo, I've been thinking about that. It's the end of June, right? It's the end of this month. It would be cool to go see. I keep thinking this reflection in the window is a contrail. That would be cool to see. That would be cool to see FS Expo, but I don't think it's in the cards for me this year. Trying to think if there's anything else I've forgotten here. Trying to think if there's anything else I've forgotten. I think I'm in pretty good shape. So I haven't flown this airplane in a while. The reason I'm flying this flight is because it is the featured destination for American Airlines Virtual this week, and you get 3 bonus hours for flying it. So I figured I'd get my 3 bonus hours and get in a flight to SJU. Bravo, are you going to FS Expo? It would be cool. It really would be. I've never been to Vegas. I'm not really interested in Vegas too much, but this is a pretty lame Bing Maps test right now, by the way. We shall see. Not much to look at. I was gonna fly down from Miami. In Miami, you go over the Bahamas, you go over the Turks and Caicos. Um, you go north of the Dominicans, so you get a little bit of better like chance to see some things, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see what San Juan looks like, though. Curious to see what Puerto Rico looks if they've updated the maps. So we are. I don't want to do. I think I want to set. I'm gonna set that to active. Just okay. So now I know I'm 60 miles out. And it's just double. Okay, we gotta set the altimeter. Alright, 1014. Let's have a look at Volanta, make sure we don't have any ATC, which we don't. So we're going to be flying the ILS 10, and we're going to be flying it fast. VRF plus 5 is 154, which is a bit quick. Yeah, it just told me drag is required as I was putting the drag in. So, well, I guess the one thing about the weather is, I'll show you about the weather real quick. Weather in San Juan, altimeter temperature 29, dew point 26. And anytime there's less than 5-degree difference between those two numbers, you can expect what the FAA likes to call restrictions to visibility. In other words, like low-level clouds and fog and stuff. So there's a chance we might get some weather coming in here to San Juan. Whenever the weather forecast is good, there's showers in the area, showers in the vicinity. That's what VCSH means. But 2926, scattered 2500, scattered 3600. I'm a little skeptical of that when I see a temperature dew point spread that's that close. So we shall see. Peter, Toby, I can. Oh, you know what? Sometimes it'll do that. I have it set to a key on my Honeycomb Bravo, Honeycomb Alpha. And whatever reset key you have to hit the reset key twice, and that'll fix that. The first time yeah, see that? You just have to hit the reset key. Usually you have to hit it twice. For some reason. I don't know why it does that, but it does. Alright. If that answer doesn't make sense, ping me on Discord and I'll give you a more clear answer. So, coming up on 10,000. We are on profile DME41 out. I promise we're going to be able to check some big maps imagery here pretty soon because we will see those lines. But we will be getting to see what Puerto Rico looks like. And I'm curious because Puerto Rico, like, what I've heard is that this mod really improves the imagery in places where imagery is not very good. Yeah, that's the one, Peter. Every time I load into a flight, I always have to hit it once, then hit it a second time, and it gets itself in the right spot. Blockman, what's going on, Bill? How's it going? Hauling cargo in the Skyvan. That's awesome. Yeah, the crew flight was fun yesterday. That's one of my favorite flights. That is one of my favorite flights. Alright, we're coming up on 10,000. So I'm going to switch this back over before I forget. SVLB, I gotta Google that one, see where that is. SVLB, that's gotta be in Brazil somewhere, no? Or South America somewhere. Venezuela, no way. That's where Mrs. Islandson pilot is from. Oh, the Bakia. Yeah, that's a cool flight. That is a cool flight. I'm sure you're enjoying that one. Hello, Jay White, new member here. Awesome. Welcome aboard. Oh, yeah, by the way, I saw that you sent me a DM in Discord. I gotta get back to you on that. I apologize. Um, I get behind on my Discord responsibilities sometimes. All right, we're coming up on 10,000 feet, so we can put our landing lights on. Yeah, so you must know Luigi J. Bottini, flight instructor, I'm sure. So I'm guessing you do. Everybody in Rome knows Luigi Bottini, and he was my primary flight instructor. So I'm guessing you probably know Luigi. Whether you like him or not is a different question. People either like him or hate him. But yeah, master instructor, Captain Luigi J. Bottini, is such a good guy. He was awesome. I can still hear him in my ear when I'm flying. Freaking amazing flight instructor. Alright, coming up on 25 miles. Let's make sure we 122.8. What are we? American 1671. So I better make a decent landing, right? San Juan traffic, American 1671 is 25 miles to the north inbound ILS runway 10, San Juan. Sounded like a pilot there, didn't I? Just 3 hours on the flight here so far today. And what about 10 miles, 11 miles from Kotmi? Fly the old DME arc here. I should find something to fly a hand-flown DME arc. DME arcs are fun. Hugh Actor, what's going on? Start to sim after a while, it starts stuttering like crazy. There's a lot of possibilities to that. I've seen some people since Sim Update 15 that happens to. You run it for a while and it goes nuts. I would maybe. That's a good question. It could be graphic settings too high and maybe just running out of VRAM. Might try turning your TLOD down a bit, or it's an interesting one. Hugh, if you want to get in the Discord, there's a discussion in the Discord on tech stuff, and maybe somebody can help you out because I've seen a couple people with that since Sim Update 15 came out. Any issues when you click the start button at the beginning after launching Google Maps? I don't, and I use Kaspersky too, actually, Collimator, and I don't have any problems with it. Have you set it in? I'm assuming you set it in Kaspersky as like I don't know what the exactly what they call it, like approved or allowed, whatever. But I use Kaspersky too, and I don't have that issue. D-Dog, what's going on? Thank you, sir. I will do that. Hopefully, I'm going to get my past news here without scaring him to death. It was happening prior to Sim Update 15. When was the last time you cleared your shader cache and your rolling cache file. That might help. As a matter of fact, that's actually a pretty good idea. If you haven't cleared your shader caches in a while, I would give that a shot. Yeah. Yeah, it's another idea too, Buckman. Abdul Abbas, the big map is much better. Yeah, I was pretty shocked too. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near as good as it is. So, what do we have to start doing here? One of the things that I remember distinctly from instrument training is whenever you're sitting there in the plane on an instrument flight and you're not doing anything, that is your cue to wake up because you should be doing something. Cleared the cache out half an hour ago, so you're going to need to let it rebuild. And it usually is about a half hour to 45 minutes of flying before it'll rebuild and see. So you'll need to fly for a couple hours and then see what happens. See if it starts to stutter again. Still blocks it. Huh. Collimator, I don't know the answer to that one. But at least you have a workaround, you know? I mean, it's not ideal, but, you know. Alright, I'm going to start down the speed back here a little bit early because up speed is what, 211. Alright, I like getting slowed down a little bit early. Absolutely, commenter. Hopefully, I don't know, that's weird. You can reach out to Kaspersky's tech team. They're pretty good about helping people. Alright, there it is. Bring that back. And I've still got speed. No, I don't have my speed brakes. Okay. San Juan traffic, American 1671, about a 10-mile left base, runway 10, San Juan. It's not really a left base, but close enough. You're welcome, Hugh. And again, if you want to jump in the Discord, there's a bunch of people in there who are very good with this sort of stuff. And there is San Juan. So, yeah, the maps look pretty good so far. Why do I feel like I'm sitting way down in this seat? Alright, I'm gonna go. Oh, you know what I never did? Alright, VR localizer and approach in the backup. Alright, let's go. Flaps 5. Ramsey's what? 6 miles, so we're 10-mile final. San Juan traffic is American 1671, 10-mile final 10. San Juan. And we'll go 162. And we'll go gear down, flaps 15. So. UF plus 5 is 140. 154. Now we can go flaps 30. Alright. Variable on the ground, so there's going to be a huge wind shift right here. See how gusty it is. So I'm going to be leaving the autopilot on than I might otherwise do.
1,000.
Yeah, see that wind shift? Did you see that? From 25 to 8? Yep. San Juan traffic, American 1671 short final, runway 10, San Juan. Alright. Yeah, 165. Come on, baby. Yep, I know. 3 red. Careful there, boys. Alright. Power back now. Nose down a little bit. Just exceeded the stable approach there a little bit. Completely visual at this point, not looking at the instruments at all.
100.
I don't know the wisdom of that, but
50. 30. 20. 10.
that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. 80 knots. And we're gonna make Hotel 5. Not bad. Alright. Speed brakes disarmed. Let's go up top and start the, if we can. Where are we parking today? There's a nice pause right there. That wasn't too bad. That was a pretty good landing. That was, the thing is if you can read the weather, it's gonna tell you what you're gonna be looking for, and that when you see winds are 5 knots on the ground and 25 knots at 1,500 feet, something's gonna change in that time period. And fortunately, we were ready for it. So let's go. Landing lights off. We'll go taxi light on. Let's see here. Strobe steady. Let's turn that off. So that wasn't too bad at all. Nice. Speed brakes off. Flaps coming up. We'll come off with that. If only all of my 737 landings were that good, I would be a happy guy. 3 hours, 12 minutes. Not too bad. So I'll get back to the chat here in just a second, guys. Sorry about that. As I wander about, I keep forgetting to turn off the ground vehicles. I turned the ground vehicles on for a Sim Update 15 beta test, and I forgot to turn them off, and they're really annoying. So I think we're gonna take right here. This looks like a fine parking space. Actually, we'll take one more down. Alright, Alpha 5 it is. Alpha 5 it is. Now for the most important part of any flight, the parking. Aiming for that first hash mark right there, and I think I'm going to be too close, but we'll see. So let's go up top. Doink doink. And we'll come back down here, cut the engines. Parking brake is on. Seatbelt sign is off. We'll go do. We don't want to blind the ground crew. Turn these off. Don't want to burn out the window heaters either. I'll be right to the chat, guys. Sorry about this. Just gotta get this cleaned up here. Alright, and come down. Let's go ground services. Let's get the chocks. Let's get some. Let's get some ground power and let's get some air. And we'll get the jetway. Ground power. There. Okay, I think we're pretty good right now. Turn the bleeds off. Alright, now for the all-important parking check. Let's have a look. Ooh! Oh, it's too far. Way too far. I was aiming for this one. That's alright. So, what do we have? Stream stutters. Yeah, it was. I had like one. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I only had one tiny little stutter in the stream, like in the game. It may have been just the streaming software itself. Sorry about that. Um, I am not using reshade filters, German simulation. Um, bad audio buffering. Sorry, guys. I apologize for that. But yeah, it was a pretty good approach, I would say. And yeah, so now we check our landing here on the A cars. What do we got? 186 feet per minute. Not too bad. In those weather conditions, not too bad at all. Um, so, but I can. Whoopsie. Hold on. Let me turn down the external volume here. Um, the uh, the the scenery looked really good. The big scenery looked really good. No issues. And I was sort of worried that in this part of the world it might not work very well. So when I was on my way down from and Vega, that's a good idea. But when I was on my way down from Charlotte over in North Carolina, there was a little bit of um, color differentiation, I guess you could call it, between some of the scenery right around Charleston, South Carolina. But other than that, everything looked great. I mean, I didn't have any issues with the scenery on the way down. So, oh, I gotta open the doors here probably. Let's see here. Doors, yeah, let everybody out. Um, so I mean, so far this is looking really good as far as the scenery mod goes. And speaking of GA flights, I'm probably gonna do a GA flight down here today. I think so. We'll see. But any of you guys who aren't in the Discord, feel free to join. Good to see some new faces. This is just a Steve. I like that graphic. I don't like the fact that it happened, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. The weather looks amazing, and scenery looks really good. Maybe I'll do an ATR flight here to Princess Juliana. That's actually not a half bad idea. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope everybody enjoyed it, and we shall talk soon. June 21 to June 23. Gotcha, Bravo. Gotcha. I almost have a feeling that my chat is way behind where the stream is. But in any event, um, take care, guys. Hope everybody has a good day. And anybody who wants to join the GA live stream group flight. We do it on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, 20 Zulu. So anybody who wants to join, feel free. And I hope everybody's doing well. Take care, guys. All right, all right, Peter. Be well.